And welcome back, pregame.tv. Ken Thomson, Dave Cokin, the man under the hat, and of course, college basketball conference tournaments going strong. 4 of them are here in Vegas in our backyard. One starting up today with the WCC, and then next week have 3 more with the WAC Mountain West Conference, and of course the Pac-12 over at the MGM Garden Arena. And Dave Cokin, I know you're a guy that's going to be watching wall-to-wall college hoops from 9 a.m. all the way till whenever it stops.
Actually, I'm watching a lot of exhibition baseball.
Well, that's your expertise as well.
Well, no, I mean, I just like watching baseball. Most of these guys aren't going to be with the team anyway. I just like to watch the games.
Is that your favorite sport to bet, baseball?
Yeah. It's my favorite sport to do everything.
Okay.
I like going to the baseball games better than any other sport. I like betting it more because it's math-oriented and there's 15 games every day, basically. And you get series, unlike you have in other sports. You get series in baseball, and you can do certain things with that can give you a little bit of an edge. My best percentage sport's always going to be college football.
How much do you miss?
But you can make more in baseball.
How much do you miss going to Fenway Park? 'Cause I know that was your...
No, I don't miss going to Fenway. Fenway's awesome if you've never been there before.
Okay.
Aside from that, it's old.
Old hat.
The viewing lines are awful. For me, it's not so bad because I'm not a big guy. But if you weigh 200 pounds or more, good luck getting into those chairs. They were built like 100 years ago. They were built 100 years ago. They're not really made for. No. And I got to tell you something. Having gone to the West Coast ballparks, they blow Fenway away. And look, I know the history, and I'm still a fan of the team and everything like that. But Petco, AT&T, the big phone.
There you go.
These are much nicer ballparks. I like the Big A. I like the ballpark in Arizona. I haven't been to the one in Denver. I hear that's really nice. Fenway's got nostalgia, but eventually, at some point, they kind of need a new stadium. Just take the wall and move it.
I know a lot of the folks are going to be interested in Dave Cokin's plays at pregame.com when baseball season rolls around. But right now, you're nailing the college basketball pretty well.
It's been good.
I had the game of the year last night, and you had that same game as game of the month. Davidson, what a job by McKillop.
This guy was the Southern Conference 10-time Coach of the Year.
Unreal.
Okay, I know he's been there a long time, but 10 times. He's a great coach. We were just talking about this before we started taping. Blue Ribbon does a phenomenal job of putting together breakdowns. They're not capsules. These are really breakdowns of each player and each team. It's the absolute best annual I've ever seen in any sport.
I agree.
And they don't miss too much. But they did miss by a mile on Davidson, who they picked to finish like 10th in the Atlantic 10. And Davidson's probably going to be going to the NCAA tournament. And I'm telling you what, they don't make mistakes. They're second in the country in turnovers on offense. They just don't give the ball away. They can shoot the ball. Now that Gibbs is back on the floor, not a team you want to face the first round. I mean, they've got some physical shortcomings, but boy, do they play smart.
21-4 against the number 2. Could have made a living on them this year.
Not kidding.
All right, we've got college basketball tomorrow. A rematch, a game that I'm looking at. North Carolina at home, Chapel Hill against Duke. Had a chance to beat them in Durham. Should have beat them in Durham. Ended up losing by 2 in overtime. That
was a great game, too. And a heck of a job by Duke to come back and get the win, because I didn't think they were going to win that game. This has got to be North Carolina's game of the year. I'm sure the players in that team would love to win a national championship, but they probably know that's not going to happen, too. The consistency isn't there, and the teams they've got some flaws. But if there's one game they want, it's tomorrow. Now, whether they get it or not, we'll have to wait and see, because Duke's not exactly a stiff, and since they threw Suleiman off the team, they've actually become a better basketball team. But North Carolina's got the home court advantage and huge desire.
There you go. All right, well, this is going to be my free play, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make it official. And Dave's right on. I mean, I'm going with North Carolina. I'm looking for the revenge spot here, looking to control the glass like they did in the first game. Again, Okafor, a great talent offensively, nice footwork. But I don't think the kid's strong enough right now for the NBA. I know he's going to be the #1 overall pick, but he needs to put on some weight, some bulk, needs to box out better. He only had 12 points in the first game, even though it went overtime. He did have 13 boards, but I look for Carolina to really crash the boards. Love Meeks, love Johnson, think these guys are going to control the glass down low. And then if they can get some outside shooting. Page, a guy that's picked it up in some games, he struggled in others, but Berry's picked it up as well, and this is a guy that can help them out from the outside. If they can get some outside production, I think Carolina's crowd is going to be just at a fever pitch. They've had some games where even Roy Williams got on the crowd as far as, the Dean game and everything, and saying that they just weren't participating. They didn't understand, why they went into the four corners as basically a tribute to Dean Smith, the way he used to coach back in the day. So I think Carolina just is going to be focused from the get-go. They know they had one in Durham. They let it slip away. And to get some momentum going into the ACC tournament, I think Carolina is going to be dangerous tomorrow. I think they take care of business wire to wire, and I think they win handily tomorrow.
Will you take a win by 3?
I'll take
yes.
a win. Yes, I will.
Yes.
But I think they take care of business from start to finish.
I think it's going to be a real good game. But I won't be on Duke, I can tell you that. So go get him.
There you go. Tyus Jones, Quinn Cook. Both these guys can shoot it well. If they shoot it well, Duke does have a chance to get that W. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make it official. North Carolina -1 is what we have it right now. And that'll be my play. When we come back on pregame.tv, Dave Cokin going to take a look at an NBA game tomorrow night as the Denver Nuggets at home against the Houston Rockets. We'll get that play when we come back. Ken Thomson, Dave Cokin, pregame.tv.